Today was strength work after a long time, and honestly, at the end of week two, I am completely exhausted. Lots of weightlifting movements, and it's a lot of impact based movements. The overall volume is catching up with me, but I was looking forward to strength work because it's not something which I've done for a long time. Honestly, I did cheat and change a few things from what my coach had programmed for me. Again, my coach had programmed a lot of weightlifting movements at the beginning of today's session, which once I hit the gym in the hot weather and everything else going on, I realized I just couldn't do. So I just did what you saw, a complex of overhead squats and then some snatch grip push presses. And now coming to squats. So as I've been talking about, I've changed my squat form. I want to remain a little more upright. I want to push my tibia ahead. I want to push my knee way ahead as compared to what I was doing. So that was my high repetition set at 120 for 5. As I mentioned, my heart rate went through the roof over there. 114 again. If at all I were to contrast this with my previous workouts, I'm able to stay a lot more upright over here. 160 and I'm very happy. Typically this is what I would do with a lower bar placement. This is what I was able to do even my last PR attempt. So being able to hit that with my new setup, I'm really happy with that. And then continuing with my chest workout, again lots of chest presses. I was supposed to do dips over here, but the thing is, the gym which I trained in, we have got 3 floors. So some machines are on the third floor, some other equipment is on the ground floor, whatever floors it is, right? And this main weight training setup is in the basement. And with my high heart rate today, there was no way I was going to climb up and down the stairs to use the dip machine and the back extension machine. And hence I just modified whatever my coach had given to me and did the best I could. So lots of chest presses. I believe I went up to 30 kilos. Lots of pull-ups. I obviously did with different grips, and I've been able to hit a steady 5 by 5 for a few weeks now. uh, Prone high rows or just high rows. So this is a very important exercise for me, considering all types of jerks and all the other pushing movements which I'm doing. My posterior deltoid is not getting the amount of volume it should be getting, and hence I focus a lot more on this as compared to a traditional bent over row. Then some stiff legged deadlifts. I would have done this with a barbell, but the weightlifting platform was already occupied by somebody else. I just knocked out lots of repetitions over here. I did not go open weight. At the most, I believe I went up to 30 kilo dumbbells, so 30 plus 30, 60 kilos. But I did lots and lots of volume over here. So this was in lieu of the back extension movement which my coach had programmed for me, simply because it was on the top floor completely. A new movement added to my toolbox, a dumbbell snatch, but a muscle variation. So I've done kettlebell variations of this, except that obviously I use a lot more lower body musculature over there, dip and drive and everything else, plantar flexion, basically lower body triple extension. This was just a muscle variation, and I could hear my shoulder joint just creaking throughout the entire set. My bones rubbing against each other. After a few more sets, I got a little more comfortable with this, but this is something which I'm definitely looking forward to, just to even out whatever imbalance I'm going to develop with my regular barbell training. And wrapping it up with some kind of abs training. So along with, what do you want to call this, right? Call it knees to bar, call it knees to elbows. I believe that's the correct term as far as CrossFit is concerned. Apart from this, I also did some front lever holds, obviously tucked front lever holds.